You're watching OSL. I'm sorry, I was mumbling a bit there. Hi, I'm Nixie Pixel and you're watching OSL, your source for open source. Now let's talk about voice chat programs, shall we? Ready, steady, go! Brought to you by HostGator. Speaking of speaking, usually when there's very popular proprietary software like Ventrilo and TeamSpeak, I do a comparison video with the open source counterpart. But when taking those two and comparing them to Mumble, there's really just no competition, and here's why. Like Ventrilo, TeamSpeak, and other voice-over IP apps, Mumble has all the basics. You can turn on voice activation, configure sensitivity, push to talk, or have it always on. You can also adjust sound levels so you don't blow out your speakers, because that always sucks. The sound quality is better than Vent, TeamSpeak, or even Skype. It uses open source codecs that give it a leg up on the competition. It has almost no latency, under 1 second, as compared to a few seconds or more for TS and Vent. It has pre-processing of voice comms, including built-in noise reduction. Want to use your speakers and microphones without annoying your friends and talking over your own voice? Since it has automatic echo cancellation, you can do that with Mumble. You know that guy who has his input level up so high that he destroys your ears when he comes into the channel? Well, Mumble automatically normalizes output levels, so no more punctured eardrums. Yay! It also includes a configurable in-game overlay to show who's in the chat with you and indicate who's speaking without needing a second monitor. Mumble's server, called Murmur, is easy to install and set up. Like Mumble, it runs on Linux, Mac, Windows, and more. 20 people talking at full quality simultaneously takes up between 1 and 2 megabits per second in bandwidth, and you can configure it to use even less at the expense of quality. Have you ever played a shooter with your buddies and one of their voices comes on and says, "Hey, I need a med pack over here," and you're thinking to yourself, over where? And then you go through this annoying, "I'm by the water tower, by the broken APC," and before you know it, you're wandering around aimlessly and both of you are dead. Don't worry, this all changes with Mumble. For games that are using a plugin to work with Mumble, your position in game is sent along with every audio packet. This way you can hear the exact directions your friends are in when they talk, and there are even settings that can reduce sound level based on how far away you are.
Oh, I remembered this time.
I really miss the assault line.
Mumble is very security conscious. Instead of passwords, it uses certificate authentication to determine who can access a server, access control lists for controlling access to channels, and all communication is automatically encrypted both ways. It's easy to set up for the client, but can be a little bit of a pain to configure for the administrator. My only complaint with Mumble is that options for commanding or controlling large numbers of people, such as with big guild raids, it's limited compared to other programs. It isn't as easy to set up a channel and communication hierarchy, and some features are missing. But overall, this isn't a huge issue for me, and I think that even for big guilds it works well. Oh, and I almost forgot, unlike other voice-over IP apps, Mumble and Murmur are completely free and open source. Hooray! Mumble is a great example of a FOSS application that's just way better than the proprietary competition. It's faster, more lightweight, more secure, and it even sounds better, which is kind of why I'm sad and frankly a little surprised that not many people have heard of it. So give it a try, it's free, what do you have to lose? And thanks for watching OSL, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss next Friday's episode.